Libras, welcome to my channel. Let's see what spiritual messages you need to know in the moment. Really quick, any information that you may be looking for to book a personal session with me will be in the description, so just check there. Make sure you like the video, subscribe so you never miss a beat whenever I upload, unless the algorithm you want to see future videos. And let's see what messages come through for you. Okay, so we have some cards that already flipped out. So we have embrace enthusiasm, shout to the heavens with happiness. We have ascending the mountain, keep going forward. And we also have distant thunder, clear the air. Okay, so immediately, Spirit is going into you needing to pay attention to the things that you could be happy or confident about. Maybe your attention has been more so on the challenges that you've had to face in you evolving and growing. And that kind of comes with the territory. Like literally, there's always going to be the good and bad in life. That's just kind of what it is. But just because there is like little mountains, little obstacles that you're encountering in the process of getting to where you're trying to go, doesn't mean that you need to be giving up on yourself, questioning if you're on the right path. No, it doesn't mean that you're on the wrong path at all. If anything, actually, Libras, you're on the right path. You're right where you need to be. It's just maybe little shakeups or little challenges, or I won't say little, challenges along the way have made you question if everything that you're doing is right, or if everything that you're working towards is in alignment for you. And the answer is definitely yes. The answer is definitely yes. Spirit is also saying gratitude is what's going to bring you closer and closer to where you're trying to go as well. Again, kind of going into what I was saying before about the maybe paying attention to the obstacles that you've been running into. There has been also some great things that you've been able to kind of take away from the lessons that you've been experiencing, and also some great things that you can tap into in this current moment, and things that you can just be overall grateful for. So it's making sure you have like a healthy dose of how you're looking at things. Not being overly positive, not saying that, but at least a lot more balancing your perspective. We have flying. So this talks about looking at things from a higher perspective and understanding that, again, life has its twists and turns. Hey, PK. Life is a maze that we're constantly trying to navigate. And even though you're not able to see the ins and outs of how things are going to play out for you, there is a bigger purpose, there is a bigger plan, and you just want to have a higher perspective when maybe you're just kind of looking at your surroundings or your immediate situation from just that point of view, the immediate circumstance. I also have protecting treasure. So this talks about protecting your energy. This talks about viewing yourself as the treasure that you're protecting. Literally like how this woman is like doing everything that you can to safeguard yourself energetically. So when I say this, I don't mean this in the sense of being defensive. I mean this in the sense of protecting your energy in terms of people that you know don't have good intentions for you, or situations that you know to be shady. But also if you do have maybe a defense mechanism that's up in a way where it's keeping you from gaining in life, or it's keeping you from connecting with new people, you want to be mindful of that too. Because you could be so focused on the like protecting self from like making mistakes or doing things wrong that you don't allow yourself to bump your head in moments where you need the experience or the understanding. Okay, we also have the Wizard of Awareness. So with the Wizard of Awareness, with the understanding that you have now, it's now important that you're using that wisdom to help you manifest. Okay, you want to be the wizard of your awareness by using your understanding to help you conjure up, manifest things into your life. Okay, this talks about using the wisdom that you've gained, the wisdom that you have now. And this is in any sense, especially in career. I'm seeing you could have a lot of insight or knowledge that you have now in your career that you didn't have years ago. So now taking that knowledge and using it to your best advantage is like the best thing for you to do. Like essentially tapping into a level of alchemy. Okay, let's pull from here. Oh no, wait, oh, this is the deck. What do you guys need to know? We have take note of intuitive messages. Pay attention to what's going on around the next moon cycle, the next big moon cycle that we have, or moon phase, I should say. We have the White Witch, be the light. We also have Lord, take charge with authority. For a lot of you, you could be meant for a path of like being a healer in some sense, or helping people. And it's important that you step into your purpose and not be like fearful of how other people may see you or how other people may perceive you. A lot of you also know intuitively what to do. It's just maybe you have to take charge in a way where you're having to maybe cut certain things out or make certain adjustments. And Spirit is saying be fearful of taking charge, or be mindful of being fearful of taking charge or taking the lead. Because in you being afraid to maybe make the changes or cut certain relationships off, or maybe just kind of stand your ground, this is going to require you to like cut your losses essentially, or cut off things that may not be good for you. And that could be the most difficult, I guess, piece when it comes to taking charge. But Spirit's like, no more can certain things continue to go the way that they're going. And you're going to have to be the one to say no more. Or to kind of take matters into your own hands. Okay, so let's pull from the tarot and see what else they have to say. Oh, this is not supposed to be in this deck at all. What do you need to know? We have the Queen of Cups, the Crone of Cups, and the Page of Wands. So what you need to know, well, you could have somebody around you who really does care about you a lot. This could be the person you have children with, or somebody who you just have like a deep love for. The love is mutual here. In this connection, I see that the feelings, like I said, run deep. And there could be a need for a new approach to how you guys are handling like heated moments. When things get really heated, that's where things go left. Things are said in the heat of the moment. Things are done in the heat of the moment. Just out of the pure fact that you guys care about each other. Like, I think that the intensity around the argument or around the connection itself is due to the fact that you guys care about each other so much. But it needs to be approached differently. Instead of choosing to act off of this like passion or out of this hurt, it's finding like a new approach to get to a common ground, because you guys do care about each other. And until you guys focus on getting to like a newer ground or handling things a different way, whenever there's conflict, there could be this tearing the relationship apart. So you want to be very mindful of that, especially if you're dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo individual. It doesn't even have to be specifically that sign. But another thing I'm picking up, when it comes to your sense of creativity, it's important that you're allowing that to shine and not being worried about whether or not you're going to make money from it. Okay, some of you could be so focused on like whether or not it's going to pay off in terms of the financial piece, but what about feeding your soul? You know, what about the energetic currency that you could get from investing your energy into things that you love to do? And that could be what, in general, gives you this new zest or this new way of looking at life. by you getting in tune with your inner child as a whole, because that could be why you've been feeling energetically off. It's because your inner child needs space to grow. Out of the Page of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Three of Swords. Yeah, Spirit is saying that you still have the opportunity. If you've been wondering, like, if you've missed your opportunity to get married, you've missed your opportunity to find true love, missed your opportunity to make a substantial amount of money. Just because your past expectations didn't pan out the way that you expected, and maybe you've been beating yourself down about that, doesn't mean that you don't have the opportunity, future tense, or even in this current moment, to experience those same things that you've been wanting. It's just maybe it's not the way that you expected. And that's why I always say expectations is like a limitation in a sense, because you get the Three of Swords energy, where when our expectations don't manifest the way that we envision, we're mentally distraught, or we're in this energy of feeling mentally thrown off and like we're on the wrong path. And that's not the case. Some of you have had a lot of grace for a family member, and the more that you give them more and more room to kind of take advantage of the fact that you guys have a family relationship and not really take in consideration of you in the process, the worse it gets. So there needs to be a boundary put in place, even with certain family members. Okay, especially if you have a family member that's constantly asking you for money, or they're constantly putting you in like bad situations where you're having to come rescue them. You have to give them the room to learn, is the message. You have to give them the room to learn. You have somebody around you who could be very selfish, and they only take in consideration of how they feel. The more that you feed into their selfishness and feed their ego in terms of like giving in, the worse it gets. So any scenario where you're dealing with somebody who's only thinking about themselves or what they want, and not really taking in consideration how you feel, you're going to have to be the one to set that boundary, because they're just going to take. Some of you have been putting up with a lot of passive aggressiveness in the workplace with like a higher up or someone else that you work with. And Spirit is saying either find a way to kind of shut this person out completely so that you can kind of focus and make your money, or it may be time for you to transition into a whole new space. And some of you have been in this space of being like just thrown off by the situation for a while now, and have been contemplating on whether or not you should do this. Well, here's the confirmation, because I think that this person could be using personal stuff that's going on in their life as an excuse to project onto you. So it's either, yeah, you create that boundary, or you do what's best for you in terms of moving beyond this. And if you did decide to actually get another job, this could be a job that ends up paying you more, or could be in alignment with what you're actually passionate about as well. Because some of you have been wanting to take action on like moving into a new direction career-wise anyways, and you've been just kind of worried about how that's going to turn out. But Spirit's saying go out of your comfort zone, at least try. It doesn't hurt to try. But this is what I see. I hope that this was helpful and did give you insight, Libras. You did enjoy, definitely thumbs up the video and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one.